What does bukra mean in Arabic?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Mañana.
Right? Which is another extension is, yes, we're going to do our best today, but if God wills it so, then it'll be tomorrow. And quite honestly, I think the wrong way of understanding it is that laziness, it's not laziness, it's conditional awareness. It's conditional maturity to say, listen, of course we're going to push, but some things take time. And malesh, what does malesh mean?
Malesh means it's okay.
Which is actually a form of what we talk about, that when we talk about you never lose unless you lose the lesson. It's actually a deep, profound message of caring because it is attached to forgiveness.
Yes. And let me prove something to you.
Please do.
If IBM was the procrastinating thing that I don't want to deal with it now and I'll leave it to the will of God, if this was really our cultural driver, then the rate of growth that is happening here in this part of the world, which is the fastest that has ever been in history, projects, culture shifts and change, economies are moving at lightning speed.
Yes.
Then I'm sorry, then, that is a perfect example that IBM means that everything has its due course. Don't sit there and push things, So
you can be gracious and have principles and still have forward motion. I think that's a key message. So I love the IBM principle, but I don't see it as a negative thing because my paradigm is different. I know your culture well enough to know that it's not about laziness at all in any form or fashion.
We even joke about it among each other. I mean, what kind of a person are you if you cannot do a little bit of self-deprecation or
you have to be a little bit of humor
yourself, and what kind of human are you? It's like, why should we? So therefore, most of us, we don't take ourselves very personally, but we take what we do personally. But at the same time, we also have certain weaknesses we're a little bit egotistical. Don't touch my ego, don't touch my sense of pride, because we have these cultural things about me and my ego and where I come from and the family that I represent. So you have to also be careful about being, eloquent in how you approach things.
Respectful.
And we have a lot of niceties and introductions. And,
respectful.
Our introductions, they're long introductions, and we wish each other good things. And it almost sounds empty, but it's not.
No, it's poetic. You see, I understand where you're saying this is because for somebody who's not familiar, they would probably judge it from their paradigm. Me having been exposed to it at least part of my life, I see it as poetic. I see it as wonderful. The Persians have a wonderful saying for it. They call it tagof. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Tagof is the coined term that says it's the height of politeness. It's almost poetic. They take 5 minutes to greet each other, right? They say, I'm not looking good today, and the response is, listen, no matter what side the sun shines on you, you're wonderful, you're glowing. It's kind of this poetic and exaggerated, and it can sometimes get in the way of getting down to nitty gritty. But I still think it's a way of creating respect because I think respect is one of the most important things to create common basis.
It's like have some tea. No, tagof. It's like have some tea. No. Have some tea. No, I have to refuse 3 times out of politeness, and I have to insist 4 times out of politeness in order for you to say yes.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, to be honest with you. I wish the world was a little bit more humane when it comes to dealing with each other. And again, I'm not putting us on a pedestal. We all, we're all humans, and we all have our dark sides and bright sides. But there are some beautiful things to be learned from different cultures.